Welcome back, YouTubers, to my video blog entry of an everyday encounter and an everyday life of an SB. Leading on to these follow-up series, basically, we're talking about mainly for the first chapter of my book, Living with the AS series, which would cover what I've shared so far. Pretty much is the, introducing me, how I work, pretty much, living in a silent world, how it covered up normality. We covered so far also in the piece rituals and routines, common traits of an SB, what to say to an SB and what not to say, positives of being an SB, blessings and curse, my uptake on it, being an SB, is it a positive or negative feeling? And also now pretty much is the literal and lateral thinking, as well as hopefully for my last one in this chapter, basically sensory overload, before we get into the next chapter, which I'll hopefully introduce to you all later on in the piece when we come closer to it. Right, as we know, as I said before, that these are broken up into series and chapters based on the formality of my book, and we'll hope to aim for doing more encouragement and stuff on my self-help series once I come to process some, thoughts of the day that may come in handy for you all, so to speak, as encouragement and a motivator for you all. But I haven't come to this as of yet, guys, but please bear with me in this, because as we know, every day is a challenge and every day is obviously a struggle. And yeah, most of the time we get busy and we tend to forget, but I try not to forget, also because I know you viewers maybe really are in need of advice, sort of thing, or based on my experiences of what I've been through in my life today. So, in further ado, in series 5 now, I'm going to be talking about, as said, the rituals and routines. The rituals and routines pretty much of these main topics that I'm hoping to cover with these questions are what it's like to pretty much be in a routine. Is it important for us SBs? Some sort of word that has come about that some people have called us a control freak, or what's another one? That we have a control issue, but more on that when I do bring up about the rituals and routines, what I mean about this. Also, for another one that I covered in the piece of my rituals and routines is, like, with having a routine or a ritual, pretty much it's a safety blanket for us, more what I mean in that. Another one is pretty much how I go about my everyday with my rituals and routines. The importance of it for me, some word of caution or just sound advice to all, basically on some examples when it comes down to decision making, which should be which I marked up in my next series, which was the sensory overload, but I'll just bring it in there to you and hopefully cover more depth in it in that one of the sensory overload. Another one is pretty much just word advice to you all, basically on this topic of the rituals and routines, how I go about it and how it may help you all or not. I have found out only 4 pieces for me works out, because I was trying to come to 5, but I obviously lost track, as said. So hopefully 4 will be more than enough of the key points or advice for you all to hopefully be about. But as you know, that, as I said many times before, that we're not all perfect in that, and we need to just, as I said, accept ourselves as well as the others around us, and hopefully meet in the middle, pretty much, so that we don't cause conflict. There's another one that I was talking about briefly, about acceptance, empathy, and being able to tolerate with us SBs being different, how we work around it, and then hopefully, as said, finding ways to meet in the middle, no matter what it is, say. And also I brought up some examples in my everyday life of what I've been doing with these routines and rituals that will hopefully later on be a eye-opener to you all too, and maybe could help with you lot that are normal sort of thing or not, who knows. But other than that, this will end my piece for now. So if you like to comment, subscribe, follow me on this channel, please do. Don't be afraid to ask me questions and that, or give me the heads up of some sort of discussions that maybe we could bring up, maybe in the self-help series once I do create more of those, or even hopefully if I do end up bringing my videos out to live as a broadcast on this channel, that hopefully everything will run smoothly, and that maybe, I don't know, I could invite some people like me as a group, and maybe we could have a not heated discussion, but discussions on how we go about our lives, and so on and so forth. So maybe introduce some of them. I don't know as of yet, but that may be in the near future. As said, I'm hoping to maybe maintain contact with those ones that I know of that would like to be of assistance to me, to, you know, make it as an awareness that I'm not the only one with the condition of AS that's got these other ones hidden underneath with the OCD, depression, and the like. But further ado, you guys enjoy yourselves, and remember the key things that I always tell myself: be true, be real, be you, be yourself, and love yourself. Peace out, and have a great day.